Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the channel. Spring ball is officially here. Looking at the depth charts or just the lineups, little light, but that's to be expected. We have guys that are nursing injuries, and there's no need to push them out there for spring ball. Maybe their participation may increase as the spring goes on, to see them necessarily participating in drills and things like that. Obviously, a notable omission that I saw was Cohen, but it's been reported that he's in Indianapolis at the combine, because they invite prospective juniors to the combine, I guess, to kind of see the experience. But I'm sure he will be back, so I'm sure he will be very much entrenched with that first team offensive line. That's very interesting. But I was kind of thinking to myself, I said, Cohen was invited. Why wasn't Matt Lee invited? Not trying to say anything, but obviously Matt Lee from at least PFF, which obviously everyone doesn't necessarily agree with PFF, but he was great as one of the top, not just centers, but the top offensive linemen. So was it a situation he wasn't invited, or was it a situation he was invited and he respectfully declined? So I don't really know what's up with that. But again, like I say, it's relatively light, but hopefully the guys are going to get the mental reps that they need, studying the playbook, watching film to see what's going on. I'm not going to say it's a state of emergency, but I think everyone kind of knows that, hey, what happened last year cannot happen again this particular year. And obviously the freshmen, they're coming in with an edge. But I'm not going to say it's an edge that has not been had before, because every spring we've heard about freshmen coming in looking to take positions. So until I see it, hey, but it's good to talk about. Makes good dialogue for people who love to bring that up and say, oh, well, these guys are different and all that fairy tale pixie dust crap that people talk about. But anyway, moving on. So, news. Obviously, three big stories. Jarran Ruiz, DVD, as well as Jason Taylor. But I'm going to start with DVD first. Depending on what outlet you go to listen to your news, seemingly most people are reporting that DVD may be somewhat ready to get back on field, whether that's at the University of Miami or at another location. That's yet to be decided. Someone started a rumor that DVD was leaving, but he's still here. But again, things can happen. You know what I'm saying? Things can happen. NFL still could be looking for guys. So he's here now. But don't necessarily know if he'll be here in the future. But my thing is this: I think he is a very, very valuable asset, especially seeing as that Coach Cristobal values recruiting at such a high level. Even though you got a minority of people that are just are idiotic, talking about, oh well, he lost Kamani McLean. It's like, man, give me a freaking break, man. You know what I'm saying? Just give me a freaking break. Because if that's the standard that we want to hold people to, every single coach has lost a recruit. Every single coach that has been a top tier recruiter has lost a top recruit. The objective, the point is, how many have you won versus the amount that you've lost? And just looking at DVD's track record, he's won more than he's lost, right? So that's just such an idiotic take. But again, like I said, you just have to deal with certain people, man. I'm sure people think I have idiotic takes, but it is what it is. But just some stuff is just so idiotic to the point that it shouldn't even be uttered. Like, it's almost like you should be put on pause if you say something like that. But it kind of is what it is, right? So Jason Taylor being elevated to an on-field position coach. I know some people have reported that they from what they were able to see with him, they liked the way that he interacted with the players. Very energetic, very much engaged. Some people feel like he projects as a good recruiter. Obviously, I think it makes the job a little bit easier when you're a Hall of Famer. But again, guys want to see what it is that you can do. But I do think that Hall of Fame, acknowledgement or that accolade that you do have, I do think that will help some guys. But the number one question that I have is that if Jason Taylor does well this year, would Jason Taylor be eligible, or would other teams be looking to bring him in as a defensive coordinator? I do think with the way that coaching circles are now and trying to get new people, in different positions, I do think that Jason Taylor could be a name that some teams look at potentially as a defensive coordinator if he does a good job this year. Or maybe if he does an exceptional job this year. Not saying that he'll be the defensive coordinator for the University of Miami, but I do think it will be interesting because this coaching carousel it gets interesting, more and more interesting by the day. Would he want to do that? Or would he want to go and get a job at for the NFL? I know it was rumored that he had accepted a position with the Dolphins. Obviously that ended up getting, knocked down because he's with the Miami Hurricanes. So maybe, he likes working with young men and stuff like that and may not want to deal with the hustle and bustle of the NFL. You got some people that prefer college. You got some people that prefer NFL. So maybe Jason Taylor could be one of those guys. But that was just a thought that I had in my mind, right? But he's here now, so hopefully he does a great job with the guys that we have, because I think we have which I think most people will agree, we have a good batch of edge guys and defensive end guys here. And so hopefully he does a great job, right? So moving on to John Ruiz, what I call him the Jerry Jones of the Miami Hurricanes. And I think it doesn't take long to figure out why I would call him the Jerry Jones of the Miami Hurricanes. Hate him. Some people hate him. Some people love him. But, it kind of is what it is. I think it's kind of blown up because I know a lot of people felt the way about Dan Le Batard and Billy Corbin. Someone taking shots at John Ruiz doing some, how do I want to call it, maybe some clickbait type of journalism in terms of some of the stories that he has. But at the end of the day, I mean, he's a booster for the University of Miami. He's very vocal on Twitter. Some very interesting things have transpired with him on Twitter. Some embarrassing things have happened with him on Twitter, and some great things have happened with him on Twitter. Most people feel like he's doing what he's doing to spearhead a lot of these NIL deals, and even the Life Wallet initiative is a very, very noble gesture. And then you have some people that feel like, man, he's out for self. And I think two things can be true. But I will say this though, money doesn't make you cool. It doesn't. If you were corny without money, you're gonna be corny with money. And I think some of the things that he does are corny. I don't care if he's a billionaire or whatever the situation is. I think some people have a godsend complex with the guy, and it's almost as if they forgot about other boosters that we have. The Swafford family, who name is on the indoor practice facility. Guys that have spent money to get weight room upgrades and a lot of things like that, as well. But he does draw a lot of attention. It is the Miami way, in many particular aspects, to kind of be in your face, right, wrong, or indifferent. I'm not on the boat of he's a negative for the University of Miami program. I'm not on that particular boat, even though I know some people are. Some people are having PTSD from the Nevin Shapiro fiasco. I'm not on that boat. But I will say he is the Jerry Jones of the Miami Cowboys. I said the Miami Cowboys. The Miami Hurricanes, right? So, but it will be interesting to see how this plays out. But, it is what it is. So as always, man, like, share, subscribe, comment, because it is always about John Ruiz. My bad. It's always about the Hurricanes. Peace.